So today, the Masters of the Universe teaser to the trailer has dropped today. It's the Masters of the Universe, like the He-Man one. Now, I'm a massive fan of He-Man. I mean, I grew up watching the cartoon. I have this very early memory of running home from my nursery to sit down and watch a He-Man. I can remember my nan at the gate saying, "Quick, it's on, it's on." And I'm running down the road and sort of got into watching this episode of He-Man. So I love this so much. And obviously, I watched the movies when I was younger as well. I mean, actually, I own a copy of it on DVD there. I've got the sort of newer version of the action figure here. They sort of re-released them. He looks awesome. And also in my loft, I actually have the original Battle Cat and the original He-Man Skeletor and all that up in my loft still in like big old cardboard box. So anyway, this is the teaser to the teaser. So the actual proper teaser is being released tomorrow apparently, but this is like a little teaser to tease the teaser coming tomorrow. I don't know why, but that's what they've done anyway. So here we go. Let's have a little sit and have a look, see what it's about.
Not long ago, times were simpler.
Back in the day.
This was a healthy breakfast. This was a powerful workout.
Yeah.
And this was
What?
a hero. Perhaps now
What's the
more
movie
than
about?
ever,
Oh!
that kind of hero again.
Well, that was fun. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to that. How do we go back? Oh no, what's it going? Oh, no, stop. How do I go back? Right, so that. Okay, so right. Let's just calm down a bit there. That was a bit too quick for me. All right, so. Ah. Okay, first thing. Amazon. Does that mean it's done by Amazon, as in Amazon Prime, Amazon Studios and all that stuff? I'm not quite sure. We've got the old MGM thing there at the start. And then we saw a load of like 80s imagery. I see on my computer, it's 80s imagery. It's got the women in the sort of like the lycra doing all the keep fit. That was massive in the 80s. That was like the big start of all that. And the exercising. And we also had the original He-Man cartoon. So when it first started, I was like, is this going to be one of these meta films where he just knows it's He-Man, he becomes that character, he gets sucked into the TV or something? That's what I first thought when I saw this. I'm not sure if that's where they're going to go. I hope that's not what they do. Because I've been looking forward to a decent He-Man movie. I mean, yes, the Dolph Lundgren one was a decent film. It was a pretty good film. And I still have like this weird phobia of like my leg getting burnt the way Courtney Cox's did when Skeletor zapped her. Still freaks me out now. But yeah, it wasn't He-Man. There was no Battle Cat in that movie. Like, yes, the characters were in it. It's kind of like with that Street Fighter movie with Van Damme, where they've got all the characters, all the elements are there, but it's not the same. Even though, as I said, the Dolph Lundgren movie, it's iconic. I remember it from being a kid and all that. But the sword didn't look right either. The sword looks right in that. That looks amazing. I don't know if we can get to that now, because this is like 10-second advert, isn't it?
Not long ago.
Right, so all right. So we've got obviously the 80s imagery there, all the old computers, the floppy disk going on. I mean, I remember that.
Times were simpler. This
Just
was
this
a
crappy
healthy
cereal.
breakfast. This
Yeah, look,
was a power.
so the old Keep Fit, the old Mr. Motivator back in the day. Do you remember Mr. Motivator? He was funny. He's like, hoo, 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 doing these like exercises. I miss that.
And this was
So then we get the old. I mean, this to me, this is nostalgia at its peak. Whenever I hear that Filmation, it sends me in this like nostalgia frenzy. I suppose it's like when he like drug takes first take drugs. I go, oh, it's like that. It gives me that weird feeling inside where I get nostalgic stuff like this. Like that lightning effect does something to me. I don't know what it is. It just makes me feel good inside. It's weird, and like the fact that he sort of like he does the I have the power. I don't know what it is. It's something really weird about that scene that is the most nostalgic thing to me. Like of all the, if you could put like a level of nostalgia, that is like the mecca level of nostalgia to me. It's He-Man, that music, the I have the power, the Filmation logo at the start. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird, and I'm just like, that's why I've bought this, so I can have it in my room and see these things. It just makes me feel good. Right, so obviously, if this I have the power now. This is where my pause game is not very good on this TV, I ain't gonna lie. It like hesitates when you got a pause. So obviously this is our new He-Man, right? The sword looks fantastic. That is the sword, right? I love it. I think it's too shiny for me. That's the only thing I will say. It's a bit shiny. It's more of a sort of duller silver in the originals. But all this looks perfect to me. It just looks good.
We need that kind of hero.
Now we see him with the sword. Like this is the shot. So we've got, it's probably a bit blurry, I'm sorry. But obviously we've got Man at Arms there. That's being played by Idris Elba, I believe. Got this new sort of woman playing Tila, and that looks fantastic. Although I do kind of want to have the hair up. I guess they try and make it more modern. Obviously here this is him. Apparently, from what I've heard, he's normal at the start, then goes and becomes He-Man. So I just got the Prince Adam look with the pink sort of top on. And obviously we know this is Cringer. Now I'm hoping they do a definition between Cringer and Battle Cat, because Cringer was a coward until he did the sword and turned him into Battle Cat. So I'm kind of hoping that he's a bit cowardly as Cringer. And it looks fantastic. It's a giant-sized tiger. And did you know the reason why he's giant-sized as well? I found this out watching a documentary a while ago. So because originally He-Man was just an action figure line, and they invented the cartoon to sell the action figure, and they only had like the mold for a giant tiger. It didn't fit properly. They wanted a tiger, but it didn't fit the He-Man, so they made it giant and said, oh, we can just ride it instead. So that's why he rides the tiger. It's so big, because the mold they had was too big in comparison to the size of the figure. So they turned it into like a riding, instead of a horse, you'd have a cat. And it worked so well in the end, all because they just didn't have the right mold. I thought that was an interesting fact for you, He-Man fact. So yeah, so I'm hoping we get to see the two differences between Cringer and Battle Cat. Because he only gets brave when he's zapped him with the sword. And I think that's supposed to be Robotic Cat, I think his name was. He's the guy that sort of like, I think he sparked when you used the figure, the action figure. But he was like, cool. I don't know what these statues are though. That's interesting. I guess this is Eternia. Oh, it's when this is when my performance game gets messed up. So whoa, so there he is with the sword. I'm guessing this is the scene where he first gets it. He says, I have the power. But I'd really love it if he's standing in front of Grayskull at that point. I want to go back a bit more. This is where I do apologise for the pause game on this. It is really that bad. Right, so, right, yeah. So we saw this bit. There's a bit I kind of want to... That is the image that just, oh. Right, so this is the point. It only does 10-second jump, so... Just that is iconic. The new... He looks a bit too young to me. I thought we'd be older. Well, I guess they can make more films if he's younger. Right, so... There's Grayskull! I didn't even spot that the first time. Right, okay, now, what I'm seeing here, and I could be wrong, just from this still image, why have I just left it like that? Do that. Right, that's Snake Mountain, because it's got the snake that comes over the top. So Snake Mountain is like the snake that come over the top of the thing. So I'm guessing this is Snake Mountain. But I didn't know it was that close to Grayskull, unless this moves somehow. And obviously these are the evil ships, but that there, you can see that is Castle Grayskull. How amazing does that look? I mean, it's a bit blurry because my screen's a bit blurry. I mean, you can kind of see it on there, hopefully. But that is Castle Grayskull, and I'm now over the moon. But that looks good. It's on top of the mountain. Oh my God. This is going to be good. This is going to have all the nostalgic buzz, isn't it? Yeah, I'm down for it. Oh God, what have I done? This TV does my head in. It's like it's a weird TV. It's like when you push a button, it's kind of delayed. So it's kind of annoying. Anyway, guys, what do you think of this? Start up.
Not long ago, when times were simple.
Right, let's just get on there. Oh my God, I'm having a mare with this thing. I need a new telly. What do you think of this? Are you happy with this? Are you sort of my age? I mean, I'm in my mid-40s, so obviously this is kind of for me, for a nostalgic kick, obviously for a younger audience. I'm hoping it's like, I guess it's going to be like a 12A or something, like all the Marvel films, and I'll be able to take the kids to go watch it. But it's like the dads taking their kids, and possibly the granddads at this stage, because also I'm like an older dad now. I've got a 5-year-old, sorry. I've got some older kids as well, but like, he's obviously the youngest one. A lot of granddads like in their 50s, and they've been watching this. So I guess it's for you can have a 3 generations. Obviously, I showed my kids the DVDs. My son, who's 5, has watched He-Man, a couple of episodes of it, and he really likes it. Actually, we've been up buying him some action figures for Christmas. So I can understand sort of how it's going to be a generational thing, but are you going to go watch it? Because I don't know, I am. I'm straight in there. After seeing that teaser for the teaser, I still don't understand why they do it. I mean, what's next? We're going to get a teaser for the teaser for the teaser? I don't know. But I'm quite looking forward to this. I really am actually really sort of pumped for this now. That has made me happy. I mean, I'm not sure about... I hope he doesn't get sucked into a TV. And that's how he becomes He-Man. I mean, you see him there in our world, and he's kind of staring, but then you see him in Eternia as well. So I hope he doesn't get sucked into an old He-Man cartoon or something, become He-Man. That would really disappoint me. But if there's more of a... I mean, I've heard the rumour is that he's been sent to Earth as a child and raised on Earth, but doesn't know who he is, and he goes back to Eternia, gets called back to Eternia by his, I guess his parents maybe, because obviously they were a big part of it, weren't they, in the cartoon? But Idris Elba looked really good as Man-at-Arms, and the girl who's playing too, I can't remember her name, but she looked really good as well. Obviously different haircut, but it still worked. And Cringer in the background looked phenomenal. They've actually made him massive as well, which really sort of helps, because he's obviously going to ride him. And if we get this shot of him on the cat, I'll be happy. Because the actor, look, I said, he does look young, but he looks the part, even though he looks too young for me. But of course, if they're going to try and make something of a franchise, they're going to need him to be around for a while. So you could get someone like Chris Hemsworth to do it, because he's kind of already older. So you ain't going to have that many more films. He's not going to be able to sustain that look for that long. Whereas that young guy will hold that look for a while. So I understand it. But yeah, I like it. I do like it. Do you know what would have been better? I know he's got the pink shirt on, but imagine if he had the pink shirt and he was unbuttoned and a white vest on underneath it. That would look quite cool. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you're going to enjoy the movie, and I can't wait to see him as actual He-Man and not as Adam. And I'm guessing tomorrow I'll be back with another reaction for the next one. Bye.